Behind me is another arrival hall at another airport. Yep, I'm at another destination. Can you guess where I'm at? Yep, I'm in Jamaica, man. Yep, time to get that island fever on. All right, so we're gonna start off by just kind of walking around, checking out, get the vibe. So here is Harmony Beach. It looks pretty nice, and here's the best part. Harmony Beach, unlike other beaches, is free to get in. A lot of the other ones, you gotta pay money or you gotta be staying at the resort. So I'm definitely gonna check this out, but I'm not gonna swim right now because I wanna check out some more stuff. Behind me is the International Airport, and just overlooking the airport and the ocean is the Fairmont. Now, what's the Fairmont? Well, according to this sign, it's the home of the Prime Minister, Western Region. So here in Montego Bay, there are a lot of touristy things to do, and I'm trying to avoid it. I'm trying to walk down the regular alleys and just, well, stop and smell the roses. Okay, this isn't a rose, but it smells pretty good. We're now entering Fort Montego, and it is one of the free things that you can see here. So we've got a cannon right there and another little cannon here. So this fort was actually built in 1750 to defend, all the British territories and all their investments here in Montego Bay, Jamaica. However, it never really saw much combat action. In fact, these cannons behind me were actually fired more to celebrate the monarch's birthday than actually defending anything. Across from the fort is a craft market, where you can buy a lot of touristic souvenirs. All right, so I'm back at my accommodations here. I decided to stay not at a main resort, but at a mom and pop kind of place, because I like to support the local economy and try to support the local people. So today was just to get the vibe and the feel. I walked around, kind of did a loop of about 5 miles, and saw the beaches, what else did I see? I saw what's called the Hip Strip. But honestly, it was pretty dead. Maybe it was because it was the daytime, but that was that part that had a couple of those souvenir shops, actually a lot of souvenir shops, but I didn't see a lot of foreign tourists. I don't know, they were just off doing other things, but yeah, there definitely were not as many as I was anticipating. But there were plenty of Jamaican people. Obviously it's Jamaica, and they are super friendly. I tell you, everyone was always willing to help. They're willing to help you find a tour, give you directions, get you some ganja, get you some girls, anything you needed. They were definitely helpful, because Jamaican people, again, are super friendly. They weren't aggressive, and that's the thing I liked. That's what I liked, is they weren't aggressive. They helped you and offered. Of course, they did want some compensation, but for the most part, I would say it's not as bad as I have heard. Okay, so I'm back to my old staple of street food. I love it, and it's not touristic. So of course, I got a nice little pork sausage here, and I think it's gonna be good. All right, so I'm down here at the bus station here in Montego Bay, and I'm gonna take a day trip over to Negril. It's another city about 2 hours away. I'm gonna check it out. It's kind of overcast and cloudy today. So yeah, I'm gonna go check out another city of Negril. Hey, so I'm here in Negril, and I wanted to go to Rick's Cafe, but they don't open till noon. And of course, Rick's Cafe is a little touristic, but it's a place you gotta see. But I'm here at the Cliff Bar and Restaurant, and I have, that's supposed to be your traditional Jamaican breakfast. And we got some potatoes, some eggs, some looks like greens, something else I don't know, and I'm supposed to have a banana, but I'll ask her to bring the banana in a second. The famous Rick's Cafe is finally open, so let's take a look inside and see what all the hype is about. right, well, I gotta say, Rick's was an interesting place. Very friendly, very clean. The food looked really good. Luckily, I had already filled up at breakfast because the food was very pricey. It is very touristic, but the jumping off the cliffs into the water, that was a lot of fun. I'm not in the video, but I still did it, of course. And so, yeah, Rick's, it's a touristic place, but it's a place where you can still go and feel safe and maybe get a little home comfort if that's what you're looking for. But I like to be a little uncomfortable, so I'm gonna try to check out some other places. Well, this crew is up really early, getting in some good morning exercises. So I didn't join that exercise group, and there's a reason for it. Yep, I'm up early at 7:15, just after sunrise, but yep, not exercising. I'm doing something a little bit more enjoyable. Yep, behind me is Kelly's Water Sports, and I'm gonna be joining them for some scuba diving. Let's dive on.
Come on, man. Stop pushing people, listen, man.
All right, so we just finished our 2-tank dive. I did not bring my GoPro on this trip, so there is no underwater photography, unfortunately. There were the 2 dive sites. There were Caverns and Paradise. And at Caverns, it was all about rock formations. There weren't many fish. In fact, there weren't a single fish that was larger than my hand. So, unfortunately. The second one at Paradise, there were some larger fish, well, I should say larger schools of fish. Even saw an eel and a blowfish, pufferfish. Unfortunately, they were stuck, imprisoned inside of an abandoned lobster trap. So, unfortunately, that's just how it is. The fishing has overlapped with the scuba diving area, which really causes a problem as far as protecting the fish species. So, if they had like a national park here, it would be great and have even more robust scuba diving. All right, next up we got the Montego Bay Craft and Cultural Village. Let's take a look. All right, with a quick look at the Cultural Village and Craft Village, it is pretty much all crafts. So not as much culture, except the culture that is expressed through the crafts. Okay, so one of the popular places to eat here is Juicy Patties. It is a fast food place, but if you can fight all the traffic and the large crowds, it's definitely worth it. Of course, they do have fried chicken, but it is called Juicy Patties and not Juicy Fried Chicken, so I got the patty. This is the Chicken Mega. The Mega adds cheese, lettuce, and tomato, and it's pretty good. All right, welcome back to the Jamaican food tour. I'm gonna do what they call an egg sandwich, but it's a deluxe egg sandwich. There's meat, sauces, and everything. I'm looking forward to trying this. Okay, let's take that first bite. Got the egg, what looked like bologna, plantains. It's just like a cornucopia of flavors.
You're more likely to see me clubbing baby seals than going to a dance club, but since it's a local venue, I had to check it out.
The Jamaican dialect is literally translated straight into words, just like Mark Twain used to write. Beg ya, please wear shoes and shirt, no animals, no smoking of anything, and not bring no fanky food from other place in ya we shop. Please and thank ya. Okay, so I've been here for a few days, and to be honest, I've been having some difficulty finding real Jamaican food. Either the places are tourist-centric, or they tend to be fast food. I don't know if there's an economic disparity where the local Jamaicans just don't really go out to eat, but I think I found a place here called Yam and Jam. So let's go check it out.
Lots of fried chicken with beans and rice and not many vegetables.
Top mark right here in Montego Bay on Bond Street.
Okay, after much searching, I finally found a restaurant where I can get some good vegetables. In fact, it's actually a vegetarian restaurant. It's called Millennium Victory. And I tell you, after going like 4 days without any real substantial vegetables, it was amazing. And actually, I think it would have been delicious every day. In fact, I'm coming back here again.
This is the Charles Gordon Market area where you can find fresh fruits and vegetables, local wares, herbs, and special remedies. There are definitely very few travelers in this area though, so this is where you go to get the taste of the local flavor.
This structure in front of us is called the Dome. It's a hexagonal structure used to protect a well, which was very important to the local indigenous people. It's another beautiful day here in Jamaica, so that means, yep, we're going scuba diving again. I gotta find something better down there. I'm gonna find it, just have to search a little longer. All right, well, I'm definitely glad I came back here again to Montego Bay to try another round of diving. The two dive sites we had today, the Wall and this other one, I forget the name of it, but they were both pretty cool, much more robust undersea life. Saw lionfish and big colorful schools of fish, and just a big variety. There's puffer fish. Even saw this massive crab. Unfortunately, it was trapped inside of a crab trap, but still massive. So yeah, definitely glad I came here. With all the things you can do here in Montego Bay, there's some you can't. Like, don't urinate here. All right, well, if you look behind me, you can see the departure section of the airport, which means my trip is over. But I want to give one last travel tip before I actually head in, and that has to do with transportation. Now, you can take a taxi, you can flag a taxi down, and well, if you're gonna do that, you might as well just give them your wallet and just say take whatever you want, because they're pricey. It's gonna be about $20. Or you can flag down an Uber, which could be about $15 to $12. There's also an app that's local to here called InDrive, and I used that when I came from the airport when I originally arrived to my accommodations, and that cost me about $6. But while I was here, I learned of another thing called a route taxi, and they have designated routes, and on the side of it, it says route taxi and it says airport. That's how I got here to the airport today, and it cost me $1. So don't drop $20 on a taxi when you can do it for a dollar. You will on the route taxis. We'll have to share. It's like a collective taxi, so people are squeezed in. If you have a lot of luggage, you might have to pay $2 and have your luggage in a different seat. But hey, it's still not bad. All right. So as I said, I'm wrapping up my time here in Jamaica. I enjoyed it. I did not stay at a resort. There are resorts if that's your thing. I like to get closer to the people. So, and that's what I did. I didn't really do the touristic things. I was intentionally trying to avoid it. Of course, some are just unavoidable because, well, that's a lot of stuff. That's what things are focused around, especially in cities like Montego Bay. But you can do day trips. You can get the local food. All right, here's my take on the local food. It is good, but there isn't a lot of variety in it. There's just, like, you'll go to a restaurant and they'll have like 50 things on the menu, but they'll only have a few, so your options may be limited. But what they do have is delicious. The Jamaican people, super friendly, always willing to help. And I will come back here again. I will stay longer next time and see other parts of the island, particularly areas that are hopefully even less touristic and just tranquil beaches than Montego Bay. But hey, whatever floats your boat, and you can find it here. So, all right, thanks, and travel on.